Hi everyone, I'm Nancy.
And I'm Stephanie.
And if you enjoy our show, please like and subscribe.
And hit that notification bell.
We're also on Instagram at TWiN, and you can also find us on TwitterX. You're right, the natural light is hitting us.
I know.
I look like I have a rosier cheek on this side than I do on this side.
There's a little shadow going on.
Yeah.
We have all this natural light coming in from my kitchen right now.
We were very heated and emotional and upset yesterday during our live because we heard that the King Charles has cancer. We don't know what cancer it is. We're not going to speculate on what cancer it is. We just wish him the best. You know, it was a shock, I think, for everybody. And we were kind of hoping that maybe Harry and Meghan would sit this one out and they would do the right thing. And obviously they didn't.
Meghan's sitting this one out. She's not going.
Harry did end up in the UK. And how we know? Well, it was leaked. Luckily, it was leaked that he was boarding a flight to the UK.
By who?
Oh, I don't know. Luckily,
who took the pictures?
Backgrid was there.
Oh, thank God.
Luckily, Backgrid was there.
So you're saying Harry and Meghan called the Paps, which they love to do.
Yes.
And they called and they said, we're going to be at LAX at this time. You can take this picture.
So obviously, this was called by Meghan. I doubt it was Harry. It's got Meghan all over it. I mean, this
was Harry and Meghan. Stop separating these two.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay.
So there's Backgrid for you. If you guys need any more proof that they were the ones that leaked the story yesterday, there's your proof. I mean, there's just so many people saying that, you know, we need to get a piece of them. We're inserting them in this story. It's our fault. Guys, that is a private terminal at LAX. You know how hard that picture is to get?
Very
the
hard.
Security that goes. Do you know the people that go back and forth? You would constantly be getting pictures of your favorite celebrities going in and out of that terminal. I mean, give me a freaking break. Why is this rocket science to the Sussex squad?
Well, so, I mean, listen, first they went to People magazine. They spilled the beans, and then they went to Backgrid. So they're getting a huge payday off the King's misery.
Of course, there had to be more leaks to People magazine once Harry arrived in the UK. And again, People magazine is a US celebrity magazine that basically Ari Emanuel has on speed dial. Okay. I don't think this was Ari Emanuel. I think this was Meghan's People. It's just an American magazine. And this is how Meghan gets stories in. It's always through People, never fails. It's through People. Yep. Prince Harry arrives in UK amid King Charles' cancer diagnosis, while Meghan Markle stays home with the kids. You can already tell that is so Meghanism. The Duke of Sussex flew from Los Angeles to the UK after Buckingham Palace confirmed King Charles 75 had been diagnosed with cancer. The Duke of Sussex arrived at London Heathrow Airport on Tuesday and traveled to Clarence House, the longtime residence of King Charles. It's believed that the last time the father and son were together was the monarch's coronation ceremony in May, which Harry attended before heading to the airport to return home immediately following the event. Prince Harry made the solo trip from California, where he lives with his dumb wife, Meghan Markle, and their two children, Archie and that other kid's name. Now, this is how I know this is Meghan, because they want us to believe that royal household told People magazine, a celebrity magazine in America, they gave them an exclusive. That is good, a source close to the royal household tells People exclusively in this week's cover story. Hopefully, Harry will bring the grandchildren at some point too, and that will be lovely for all of them. I mean, come on, guys. Give me a freaking break. It gets better, though. While Prince Harry met with King Charles on Tuesday, just one day after his cancer news was made public, a royal source says there are no plans for Prince Harry and Prince William to get together. Duh. And they bring up what's going on with Kate Middleton and how she's not going to be back in the public eye until Easter, which is fine. Rest up, because trust me, you are going to have quite the year ahead of you. Now, this is what bothers me more than anything. They start talking about counselors of the state. So whoever leaked this story wants you to know the succession line, okay? As heir to the throne, Prince William may undertake some royal duties on behalf of his father. In addition to his own diary of engagements in the coming weeks, People understands. However, there are currently no plans to appoint counselors of state to act on King Charles's behalf. Counselors of state are members of the royal family who can carry out constitutional duties for the monarch if he is abroad or unwell. The positions are currently held by Queen Camilla, Prince William, Prince Harry, Prince Andrew, Princess Beatrice, Princess Anne, and Prince Edward. They want you to know that he is still a counselor of state. However,
he wants you to know that.
Meghan wants you to know this. Guys, don't worry, fear not. Andrew and Harry will not be counselors of state if something were to happen. They have already taken care of this. We verified this yesterday. Don't worry. This is something because Meghan wants the stupid American Sussex squad, whoever else will listen to her. She wants Harry to still feel elevated. This is Meghan's meal ticket.
Yep.
This is it. This is the royal family. This is the best news that could have happened to Meghan. Like we said yesterday in our live. Now they don't have to answer for African parks. They don't have to answer for why there are no new series or anything coming out of Netflix. They don't have to answer why their dumb charity Archwell only made $2 million last year. They don't have to answer for any of that stuff. You know why? Because Harry's a counselor of the state and he can't be bothered anymore by all this silliness. He's got to be there for his father and his country. This is the greatest thing that ever happened. Now, I know for a fact that Prince William is not that stupid. Princess Anne is not that stupid. And Princess Edward isn't even that stupid. So I know for a fact there is no way they're going to, well, I don't know for a fact, but there's no way they're going to let this happen. But it gets better because they mention Omid Scobie in the article.
Oh, yeah. Well, imagine that.
Yeah.
He's in LA too right now.
Exactly. This is Omid Scobie. I didn't show the whole part, but this is Omid Scobie talking about how Spare was a cry for help. I saw Harry's release of Spare as his last attempt at telling his family how he's felt for years, said Scobie, who chronicles both the breakdown of the royal family and the weakening of the modern monarchy in his book Endgame. Because clearly there's been an open enough forum to have these conversations or share these feelings. In writing Endgame, I was talking to a source quite early on in the process, and they call Harry a defector and said that was William's view, said Scobie. These were two men who once upon a time were firmly aligned in their outlook. One of them had to move on to also protect the crown. So People magazine put that crap out.
Well, he's such a doofus. And then he wants us to know, Omid Scobie wants us to know he's in LA too, because he's putting up now videos of the rainstorm.
Oh no, he wants us to know.
It's just ridiculous. It's like we all know LA's getting rain. Duh. We know you're there, dude. We know you're the source. We know it's all coming from you and Meghan. We get it. We get it. You guys got a huge payday off cancer, and that's disgusting.
He put up on his Twitter yesterday. Thank you to people who send me what he writes, because obviously I'm blocked. Stephanie's blocked. Everyone's blocked. But thank you to those people that still go on there. I appreciate it a lot. Omid writes, Prince Harry has spoken with his father about the diagnosis and will be traveling to the UK to see the king in the coming days. So Omid Scobie still feels as though he can talk for Meghan and Harry. Let me put this out there so people can understand this. This is a man who, in his book, never took back the fact that he claimed King Charles is a racist. Instead of taking it back, he said, well, it's kind of like an open secret. I just didn't mean for it to get in the book.
He added Princess Catherine.
Yes, the Princess of Wales, which could have meant Camilla or Catherine. We don't know, but it was implied it was Catherine. Okay, so we have that. So Omid writes this, okay? So instead of distancing themselves from Omid, they still have Omid speak for them. Omid's still hanging out in LA. You would think that if somebody wrote that about our family, we would make a statement right away. How come it's so easy to leak stuff? Like yesterday, it was so easy for them to leak stuff. It was so easy to call Backgrid, but they can't condemn Omid Scobie.
Yeah, no, it's a money-making business. That's what it is.
Sick. Smiling King Charles leaves Clarence house after brief meeting with Harry. Monarch and Camilla will travel by helicopter to Sandringham after he began his treatment for cancer, as palace sources say he is in good form. That makes me so happy. I actually watched the helicopter go from Buckingham Palace to Sandringham, and they lowered the royal standard. So that means he's no longer in Buckingham Palace. You know, it was a little bittersweet to see that, but I hope he recuperates. I hope he gets well soon. I know if anybody can beat this, he can. It still just breaks my heart to know that this is going on. He just doesn't. Nobody deserves cancer. Nobody. Of course, there were pictures of Harry leaving Clarence's house. Now, Harry was only at Clarence's house for like 20 to 30 minutes.
Right.
Good job, Camilla. That's all I got to say.
I was thinking about it today. You know, if I was married and my husband was diagnosed with cancer, and a couple days later, I had the opportunity to confront the person that was the main source of stress to my husband, because listen, stress causes cancer. Okay. Stress makes cancer worse. Stress is a silent killer. If I had the opportunity to look Harry in the face, knowing that he was one of the causes of my husband's suffering, then I'd be like Camilla too, you know, because anger is the first thing you're going to feel when you get that diagnosis.
Yeah.
You're not going to feel good thoughts.
No.
You're not going to feel positivity. You're going to feel frustration and anger, and you're on no sleep. So if I saw Harry, listen, I'd be like, you got 20 minutes, dude.
So here's another shot of him coming from the airport. You know, it's so ridiculous. Again, it's a circus. Here is the king and queen after the meeting. I don't like how sad the king looks. It breaks my heart.
He looks like he's been crying.
I also don't like how sad Queen Camilla looks. That breaks my heart. She's also wearing the bracelet that the king got her.
His Van Cleef.
Now, this breaks my heart. He looks just very upset. He looks tired. He looks upset.
He looks like he was just diagnosed with cancer.
Yeah. Okay. Camilla, you know, she's going to have to be there, man. And she's going to be there for him. And Camilla, you can just tell, is trying to be strong. But the thought of losing your partner of like, oh my God, 50 years.
And again, there's anger behind it. You listen, you could be as strong as you want, but grief comes with anger. And she's not a happy camper right now. Okay. Harry has done horrible things to this guy, to his father.
Awful. Here's another shot of King Charles looking very strong. And, you know, I just wish him the best. Again, it breaks my heart. If you and I are suffering like this, I can only imagine what the people of the UK and the Commonwealth are feeling. I mean, this is awful. And his family and his friends. Now, one interesting thing to come out of Clarence's house was at the same time Harry was there, Princess Beatrice and her husband were there. That to me is a big deal. And I'm going to tell you why. Princess Beatrice being there means that I think he's bringing her into the fold as a working royal. Everybody already wants Princess Beatrice to be part of the working royals, the senior royals. Actually, not everybody, but you know, most people. They put Beatrice in there with her husband, who stepped to Harry at the coronation, who was like, you know, like, dude, just, you know,
Back
he was
off.
keeping Harry away from Beatrice, remember?
Yeah.
On that walk. Okay, I think he was like, this is Harry. I'm going to pretend I'm Harry now. Dad, you know, I think the best thing for us to do is just move back to the UK with Meghan and we'll work for you again, Dad. We'll be there for you, Dad. We'll do that for you, Dad. And he was like, no, I think it's nice that you came. I think it's great. But first of all, you can't be trusted. I don't trust you even being here now. And second of all, your cousin over there, she's going to do it. You see that girl over there? She's never said a word. And I think that's what happened. I think that's why Beatrice was there. What do you think?
I just have this feeling that King Charles is going to advocate the throne.
Yeah.
I just have this weird feeling. I had a dream about it last night. I just feel like this is with Harry getting called to come in, and I do believe now that King Charles did call Harry and say, "Hey, dude, come to the UK." I do believe that now, because there's a little bit of theatrics involved in these convoys, in showing Beatrice, not showing William right away, having him come out looking,
we'll see him tomorrow.
No, but you know what I mean. I just have this feeling that he is going to advocate the throne, and he had a meeting, very, very stressless meeting, no stress. Camilla was probably there with him, and it was a 30-minute meeting at Clarence house, and it was like, okay, I'm going to do this. I need to be mindful of my health.
Yeah.
I need to start taking care of myself. Do you want me dead, Harry? I'm sure he didn't say that, but that's what in my head. And I just have this feeling, dude. I'm not going to, I'm not going to put all my eggs in that basket, but I just have this feeling.
It's a good theory. It does make sense why Beatrice was there.
And the theatrics of the convoy and the
it was kind of like, Harry, you're at the end of the road.
You're at the end. Yeah, end game.
This is the end of the road for you,
this
bud.
Is it.
I'm no longer going to be the monarch. It's your brother.
It's your brother.
Your kids aren't going to be. Yeah. So once William becomes king, and like I said, I hope this doesn't happen. I hope this is something that he gets like 6 months of chemo and it goes away, like that guy Jamie Raskin or any. There are a lot of people that get better.
There are miracles.
But what I'm saying is, that's what I'm hoping, because he is a very strong man.
Mm-hmm.
But if this does happen, once William becomes king. And I'm sure William would prefer to become king with his dad's abdication, with his dad alive, than having, because William has said in the past, he goes, I'm not looking forward to being king, because that means I'm going to lose my dad.
Yeah, he would much rather have it happen like this.
I'm sure, but what I'm saying
but not under these circumstances.
Not under these circumstances, but if William becomes king, Harry becomes nothing. It's nothing anymore. It really, really is nothing anymore, because William then has the power to make the counselors of state. William has the power to basically, he is the line of succession. And let's say, God forbid, because people were saying, well, what if something happens to William? Because Catherine and William, when they go to like Mystique or when they go anywhere now, they take separate planes. It's something I'm so glad they do that. But if something were to happen to Prince William, that doesn't mean Harry would take over. Some Sussex squad were thinking that. No, George would be next in line, and Catherine would be the queen mom, the kind of like one who makes the decisions until he's 18. That's how it goes, guys. That's the rules. And Prince and Princess, whatever Montecito-ville, would no longer exist. If William wanted to be petty, which I think he should be petty.
I just, and that's what leads me to that advocating the throne theory, is that I just have this feeling that if it was on Harry's own idea to go visit his father, let's say out of nowhere, Harry's just like, I just want to go. I'm getting on a plane right now. I don't care. Tyler Perry, get me your plane. I don't care. I have a feeling that Meghan would have gone along with him. Nancy, let me finish my theory.
Is really
I just have this feeling that Prince Harry went because King Charles did make the call. Maybe not him. Maybe Johnny did it.
Yeah.
But somebody made the call saying, you need to be here at this time.
I
don't give a crap what you're doing. You put down the polo matches, whatever you're doing, put down the mic. Put down the mic, Meghan. But you need to be here at this point, and we need to take the pictures of it because this is history. That's what I think.
That makes a lot of sense, Stephanie, and I'll tell you why. Because I kind of got
in the making.
I kind of got the impression that Harry did not find out about this until Buckingham Palace put it out. And you're right. It would make sense if somebody from Buckingham Palace says, your dad needs you tomorrow at this time. Like everything was sort of like taken care of for Harry by the palace. Yeah. And it does make sense. And Beatrice being there.
I know. I just have this feeling that if it was on Harry's dime, it would have been he would have went to Van Nuys Airport, got on Tyler Perry's plane and went over there with Meghan and the children. But someone at the palace said, You're not bringing her. This is what you're doing. This is what you're doing for your dad. You got 20, 30 minutes here. Boom.
Boom. And then they basically told him this is the deal.
Yeah,
And
this
wow.
is the deal. Yeah.
You know what, Stephanie? If you're right, that would be amazing.
Well, I had a dream about it.
Yeah. Huh. Very good. So I'm going to play Tom Bauer now, and basically what everybody was thinking yesterday in regards to Harry and Meghan.
And dreaming.
Yeah.
And I'm very suspicious of the both of them. I think that Harry has behaved appallingly. And after all, he did not send any good wishes to his father once the news about the prostate operation was announced. So I do think that Harry coming back to England at this sudden moment is in some way seeking some publicity. I'm never believe that he is going to reconcile himself to William. It's going to be a great problem. I mean, he hasn't even got anywhere to live of his own in England anymore. He's declared, in my view, some sort of undeclared war against the monarchy here. Let's see how it plays out. Let's see whether he'll use this opportunity to mend fences. But really, I think he's got a huge amount of mountaineering to do.
Oh, I mean, Tom Bauer is saying what everybody was saying.
He's
yesterday.
a lot more articulate than we were.
Nobody trusts Harry as far as we can throw him.
Yeah.
Harry,
#FO Harry.
Yeah, a lot of stuff's coming out about like, well, you treated your dad like this. I put this up on Twitter yesterday. Never forget. I think we seriously can never forget this, guys, what they did. They mocked the Queen. They literally mocked the Queen and had no problem doing it. Sitting here, and this is the first time I've heard your theory, but it's such a good theory. It does make sense because it was so orchestrated. Harry coming, and it just sounds so planned.
Well, the royal family also has to keep tradition, and that is what we saw was a lot of tradition yesterday, is that the Clarence House meeting was part of history. What it means and what they said, we'll never know.
Yeah.
But that's seared into our minds now.
I also wanted to share this. Whoever did this, do we even know who the artist was?
No, but my friend Karen sent that to me.
It's all over the internet right now. Whoever did this is just lovely.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
It's Paddington Bear holding hands with King Charles, and Paddington is going, everything's going to be all right, sir. That hit me hard last night.
Yeah, that got me in the gut.
It got me straight in the gut. And thank you guys. We actually got FO Harry trending.
That was awesome.
That was so awesome last night.
I saw it right before I went to bed, and it was like trending, and I was like, yay!
Yay!
So we have FO Harry trending. Let's keep it up. Obviously, whatever happens in this sticky situation, we still have the same view. FO Harry. So thanks, guys. And it was because of you guys. It had nothing to do with us. It was you guys. So thank you. We did this together. See how it was a group effort.
I just want to end on kind of a sentimental note. How wonderful a father King Charles is. I think this is a nice video. I saw this today on Instagram. I think it was Royal British Kids Instagram page. I can't remember.
A lot of tributes going on.
So I'm going to play this. This is really nice.
News gathering techniques. Camera, that's right. Not bad, I just come on. You find one. Is there an end? Right, come on. And bring us both an immense amount of happiness. It's funny, I never realized I did that, but it was when you have children of your own, you only then discover just what fun they can be. William is a splendid little character, and very good natured, seems to be anyway. Seems to have quite a good sense of humour. And very outgoing, which is encouraging. A tractor comes winging through the air and things like that occasionally, which is only to be expected. But his brother Harry is I think, absolutely adorable, and it's interesting with a second child very often. I think a lot of people have told me this, that with a second one you're more relaxed as parents, I think, and able therefore to communicate an atmosphere of greater relaxation to the child. And he is extraordinarily good and sleeps marvelously and eats very well and all the things, you know, that are helpful. Doesn't wake us up too much in the middle of the night. And I mean, a thoroughly splendid chap, but it'll be very interesting to see how he develops. It's so interesting to see already the difference in characters between them, although he also seems very good-natured.
What's on his head?
Harry, he's trying to do my house. Oh, Harry, stop your house. Harry.
Look, sit him on your shoulder.
Hey! Papa! Look!
Charles used to have a bath with William. There's one lovely story that Diana told about she couldn't find them anywhere, and eventually she went in the bathroom and there they were with all these enormous bubbles everywhere, sort of singing and playing. William and Harry can look back on many happy times. There were many endearing moments when Charles welcomed their company and their inquisitiveness. Harry's parents felt that second-born should never mean second best. While William was more tuned into Diana's wavelength, Harry was always very close to Charles. Charles, too, believed in showing warmth and affection to the children, often publicly. His childhood had been blighted by too many parental absences and by a too rigid and formal nursery schedule. Diana once revealed that he loved the nursery routine and came home to bottle feed them as babies. Charles has instilled much of his love of the countryside in his boys. They've helped him with tasks on his farm and gardens.
I just think that's lovely. And I mean, it's
You should
obvious.
be so lucky to have a father like that. You really should.
William was a mama's boy, and
Mhm,
Harry
I
was
know.
obviously a daddy's boy. And this breaks my heart. Just how Harry has been completely brainwashed.
That's how she got him. She studied those videos. She knew exactly how to get Harry. She knew how to manipulate him. She knew how to get into his head. She knew how to love bomb him. She knew every
God.
single way
And with
to do it.
the use of drugs and alcohol, allegedly.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't.
But even without the use of drugs and alcohol, he lost his mom. He suffered. He has
and Doria,
post-traumatic
yeah,
stress
and Doria
disorder.
knew like psychologically
She
how to
knew.
get in there.
She knew. They all knew, and they knew how to do it, and they infiltrated them. And they're not going to penetrate the monarchy, though. They're
No,
not.
no. As long as we're here, that's not going to
Yeah,
happen.
we're
guys.
protecting the crown.
Yeah. From America. Today's animal rescue is Fostering Hope Rescue. It was suggested by one of you. I really appreciate that. They are a small group of dedicated individuals looking to improve animal welfare across Canada. Their goal is to provide care for any animal needing it, from intake to adoption, giving them a second chance at a life full of love. So Fostering Hope Rescue. I'm going to put their link in the description below. Please check them out.
They're doing some good work.
They are, anytime we can help. These are the people that are actually making a difference. So if you can share their link with friends and family, that would really be awesome. It really does make a difference. So thank you very much. We are currently working on our Oprah transcript. We are rehearsing, and I'm trying to
that's short term for Nancy's rehearsing. I will go into it blindly.
Yes, Stephanie's going to go.
I
into
don't
it
like
blindly.
rehearsing.
I think we should make a drinking game out of it,
Yeah.
where every time Megan tells a lie, but oh my God, we're going to get so drunk, guys. But
Yeah.
we'll probably make a drinking game out of it, and we'll do it. Don't worry. Everyone's always concerned that our parents live 5 minutes away and they watch the show. So it's not like we then get off the show and
we
then
won't have alcohol poisoning.
we're not going to die. But thank you for those of you who are concerned after we do these awful drinking games with Megan and Harry. Have a great day, and we'll see you very soon.
Bye. God save the king.
God save the king.